Hello, traders, and happy weekend. It is Matt and JC with Empire Algorithmic Trading here to bring you your VWAP Visions Stock Talk weekly review.
So we use the volume weighted average price to help make sense of the market. So let's get to it, Matt. Let's take a look at some stocks.
Weekly review, buddy! All right, well, welcome back, Jace. It has been a week since I've seen you. Thank you for holding down the fort while I was gone. For everybody that's watching and listening here, thank you again for sticking with us here with VWAP Vision Stock Talk. So, Jace, what's been going on in the market this last week?
It was an interesting week to say the least. When you look overall on the weekly basis, it was kind of flat, up a little bit, down a little bit, ended pretty much flat on the week. We did end up in another little mini red zone here. It's going to be an interesting test tomorrow with the Trump administration dropping bombs in Iran. That's probably going to put some test on equities. But we'll see how it plays out. We're in a bull market. I was doing a little bit of analysis or a little bit of reading, I should say, on previous engagements like this. And if you're in a bull market, all the other ones have always kind of happened in bear markets, right? And so the market sold off pretty hard, but the market environment was different. We're in a good market right now. It's going to be an interesting day on how it behaves beneath the 20-day moving average. So
Yeah.
it's going to be ugly in the morning. Not we'll see how the futures open, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty rough. There are a lot of leading stocks had a heck of a good week, which we're going to get to. But moving forward, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a reason why we have a game plan. But for now, Friday was you saw kind of slight losses on everything. The Nasdaq was down about 0.5%. The S&P 500 was down 0.2%. The small caps down 0.2%, and the mid caps down about 0.3%. But they all were hanging right at their 10, their 20-day moving averages, hanging all right about the VWAPs. But the SPY, the S&P 500, is trading 3 days below its VWAP. So we're just going to be a little abundance of caution, just go in a little red zone, and just kind of let leading stocks be our guide. So bonds, we're probably going to expect us to see bonds kind of rally tomorrow, which actually gives us a little bit of breathing room. So bonds are holding up well. And then, of course, the VIX with the anxiety with last week of is the U.S. going to bomb Iran? Now
Yeah.
that it's here, now that we're probably going to see the futures sell off and the equities sell off in the morning, the VIX is probably going to spike because volatility is back.
Yeah.
Even though it came down, we were getting pretty close to the 15 range. I was feeling pretty good around 18, and it just showed a little bit of anxiety still in the market. But overall, as far as indexes go, it was a flat week. But moving forward, we had a heck of a week on leading stocks. So TSSI was up 39% last week.
Wow.
Innodata, after attempting to fail, it shook me out. It rebounded strongly, up 25% on the week. I ended up taking another position on this one at 46.51 and took some profits on Friday as well. I just haven't noted them on here, but hit my 5 and 7% targets as well. And then
Nice.
LEU, Centrus Energy, one of the breakouts we had. Now, keep in mind, these are the weekly charts I switched over to. Centrus Energy, one of our breakouts from the week before, was up 17%. Venture Global, another one of our breakouts, was up 7.7%. Vistra, a breakout previously from way back in May, was up
Wow.
6.5%. It's got a nice strong, what was that, 6 week run. Affirm, a nice strong 5% follow through after its breakout. And then SciTime as well. SciTime was kind of biding its time, and then it broke out as well, up 8.5%. So we saw some really good moves on a weekly basis. Reddit finally broke out as well, up 17% on the
Hey.
week. It was a late week addition to our buys. Let's see, it flashed a buy signal on this day. I took some shares at 141.05. It was looking good, had a nice strong follow through, did reverse, kind of a little bit of a bummer of a look there. Didn't close down the 2.5% that is our threshold for our stop losses on our first
Hmm.
day. So it passed that test. We'll see what it looks tomorrow. You got to keep your losses. So brand new position, fully expected to getting tested on this tomorrow. I just hope it doesn't hit my
Yep.
stop losses and forces me out. We've been doing pretty good lately as far as that goes. Qubit's kind of a similar pattern. It had a monster week. It was up 13.9% for the week. Did close off its highs a little bit, but again, hopefully you were taking some early profits on that, and you can write out some volatility. And then
Yeah.
Roblox is continuing to move higher. It was up 5% for the week. Again, these leading stocks, man, they're just proving their worth. Comstock Resources, another one. It was up 20%. This was a previous breakout from down here in May. Flashed a little sell signal, and then it flashed another buy signal last week, up 20% on the week. And then
Wow.
Credo, last but not least, Credo had another strong week. It flashed another buy signal for us. It flashed a buy signal back here in May, and then a little mini sell signal, support right at the 10-day moving average. You could take a position here, which I did at 71, and then it broke out from a traditional kind of a cup and handle pattern here that the algorithm picked up on Wednesday, and it tried following through as well, but it just couldn't
Oh,
hold up with the market. So that's another
right
one that's
there.
probably going to test, but for the week, it was a monster. But they're, leaders do what leaders do. Sometimes this is why you have rules and you have stops. So even though everything was rolling and everything was looking really good as far as leaders go, Transmedic, which has been a leader, showed some clear sell signals. Flashed
Hmm.
an algorithm sell signal. It also broke its 10-day. I'm sorry, broke its 10-day and its 20-day moving averages, and it's also one of the largest drops it's had since it
Wow.
broke originally. So I'll add all that up. Pretty clear sell signal there. So I ended up taking
Yep.
my position off at 130.66. And then EE, another example of an early reversal, nice solid looking breakout, hard reversal, clear sell signal, and the stock continued to sell off as well. So even though
Hmm.
a lot of the leaders had some really strong moves and the market was looking really good as far as that
Yeah.
goes, it's always good to have your rules in place. And that's going to come
Have
into
to.
play coming on Monday when the market opens, particularly if it's an ugly morning. You just want to follow your rules. Your rules are going to be your guide, right? It keeps the emotions down. It keeps the anxiety in check because you have a plan. You got in, you had a plan, and you're getting out with your plan. So just follow your rules, and everything's going to be all right. Now, good news is. Since we're in a strong market, it's probably going to recover on any kind of a sell. It's going to show any kind of buying opportunity. There's going to be a lot of people. It's hard for me to believe that seeing the strength that we just saw in a lot of the leading stocks, that this rally is over, right? So it's an unexpected kind of a geopolitical news shock. These
Hmm.
provide quick downdrafts and then they quickly recover, usually within a couple of weeks, if not a month. So don't get too concerned, but don't let your emotions get a hold of you and hold on to something you shouldn't have. Take, for example, App Lovin, right? That was looking really good. It cleared, flashed a clear buy signal, and it has continued to sell off. Monday, for example, here's another one. It flashed a clear sell signal and it has continued to sell off. So you just
Hmm.
want to make sure that you're following your rules when you're buying in, get in right, and take some early profits to protect yourself. And if they reverse, like Delcath, then you can get out pretty much at break even on your remaining shares and watch the stock continue to sell off. So just follow your rules and everything will be just fine.
I follow quite a few of these different trader boards, and anybody that's first looking to get into trading and trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, one of the biggest questions they ask is what's the most important lesson I should know? And I comment every single time, know when to get out. Before you get in, know how you're getting out. And that's the biggest thing I think everybody just needs to know is stick to those rules. Don't chase your losses. And yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Matt, fingers crossed it's not a total bloodbath tomorrow. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Again, we're in a really strong uptrend, and it's hard to
Yeah.
believe that institutions would be pushing leading stocks this much, even if they had some sort of an inkling that this was going to happen, because it was pretty well known. It just wasn't sure when, right? And so it's kind of a shock to. It always sells off on this kind of stuff, but whether or not buyers come rushing in, or if this turns into something new, but. I was reading another article about the markets and it was just listing all the things that are wrong, right? It's like you've got the trade war, you've got immigration and labor supply issues, you got potential inflation, you got geopolitical risks, and it's just listing all these things. And I'm like, well, there's a reason. It's all the wall of worry. So it was very interesting to it was talking about how the markets have been resilient, and they really have been. So. You got
Yeah.
to trust that strength is going to continue and trust the leading stocks. I mean, they had a ton of stocks had a hell of a good week. So, as always, like you said, Matt, just know when to get out and you're going to be just fine.
Absolutely. Well, for those of you who are watching here on YouTube or listening on Spotify, thank you so much for being a part of our journey with us here. Make sure that you guys rate, review, share, like, follow all of the great stuff so that you can be with us each and every day. If not, please subscribe over at our Patreon. Patreon.com/Empire Algorithmic Trading gives you access to our algorithmic daily buy and sell signals. So if you're ever wondering what we are talking about when we talk about those, find more information at our website, VWAPvision.com. That's VWAP Vision.com. Otherwise, follow us on social, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. We'd love to have you be a part of the conversation. Get in there. Tell us what you're watching. Tell us what you think is gonna break out or what you think is gonna fail. We love that type of feedback, and we can go back and forth with you. And that being said, Jace, happy trading, buddy.
Happy trading, Matt. All right, we'll talk to you later.
See you, man.